Hi, Tanna Marshall here with your Feel Good Friday message. Today I want to talk to you about hibernating and cocooning. And what I mean by that is taking that time when you feel you need to withdraw from the world, from certain groups of people, from certain activities. And I'm coming to you in my hibernation mode because I've kind of been in it myself. And sometimes winter can kind of induce that in people. You just kind of want to stay inside and be warm. And I live in California, so it doesn't get too cold here. But, you know, for us, we have our own version of cold, and it's definitely cooler and makes you just want to stay cozy. And so this is one of my favorite sweaters that I cocoon in. And when I stay home and do this, I'm very lazy and my hair is up and I don't want to deal with it. So I'm coming to you very raw in cocooning, hibernating form. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about a couple times I've gone through this, and maybe you can relate, and maybe you've done this, or maybe you feel like you haven't given yourself permission to do this because, oh, I can't withdraw from the world, but you can, and sometimes you need to. So the first time I really remember this happening was when I moved. I had just moved. It was 1992. It was the last time I did not use movers, that I moved myself. After that, I always used movers, but I was so tired. And around that time, I had met a new friend through a mutual friend, and she invited me to her birthday party. Now, she lived in an area I was completely unfamiliar with, but I told her I would be there, and I really wanted to honor my commitment. And I got lost on the way there, and I really wanted to just turn around and go home, but I thought, no, I made this promise, I'm gonna go, and I found it, and I was so proud of myself. And by the time I got there, she was so drunk, I don't even think she remembered who I was. So I mingled a little bit, I got a drink, I talked to some people, and I thought, you know what, I just want to be at home. So I left and I went home, and from that moment on, for about 3 months, I did not feel like going out. And I was okay with it. I didn't have as many judgments on what I should or shouldn't be doing back then. Because, you know, I was a lot younger, and I was just like, I feel like staying home, I'm going to stay home. So I did. And when I was ready, I made plans and started going out again. But, you know, part of it was moving into a new place too. I loved the place. I just wanted to be there. And it's one of those things that's a stressful experience in your life too, because even some of the most wonderful experiences in our lives, they still create a lot of stress, even if it's a good thing. And so you really need to honor how you're processing that mentally, emotionally, physically. And at that time, I just wanted to stay home. So that was a little hibernation time that I took back then. Now, a couple of years ago, I went through a period where I was really stressed out and got myself very upset, and I got sick as a result of that. And I'm going to be doing a few messages on this topic, different ways where we can kind of protect our energy and nurture our energy while we're moving through life. But one of those times, I got so sick, and all I could think of was, I just want to cocoon. And it's interesting how these different phrases come into my mind for different circumstances. You know, before I just wanted to hibernate because I just wanted to be warm and cozy and stay home and feel safe. And when I was ready, I emerged. This time, I just felt like I was so out of balance. I just needed to keep to myself and take care of myself and nurture myself until I felt I had gone through whatever I was going through and I was ready to emerge again. So just think about this. If you ever found yourself needing time to yourself, but you felt like, I can't take this time, you can. I know it's hard sometimes if you're working or you have kids to take care of or commitments, but you just need to take whatever time you do have to yourself. You know, with me back then, it was just when I wasn't at work. I went to work, came home, and I hibernated. And a couple of years ago, I was in the same situation I am now. I was still taking care of my mom full time, but in between my commitments to her and doing things like going to the market, I stayed home because I was sick for most of the time anyway, so I needed to stay home and just take care of myself anyway. But it dragged on for over 2 months. I lost my voice at one point. It was really, really bad. But that's what I found myself feeling like, okay, I just want to do this. And it was kind of a transformational time. I was going through shifts in my personal life. I was in my coaching program. I was getting towards the end of it and getting ready to graduate and get certified. I was going through different changes with friends in my social circles, and this was adding a new aspect to my business. And so there was a lot going on, and I just felt like, I know I keep doing this. I keep grabbing my collar. But I just felt like I needed to just cocoon and just be by myself. And one of the only people that I talked to on a regular basis back then was my friend who's also my coach, Maura, and she helped me through this period. And I reached a point, and interestingly enough, it was kind of right around summertime, where I felt like, oh, I'm ready to emerge. I feel fresh and new. So it is kind of like how the animals do it. The bears, they go and they hibernate for the winter, and they're resting and they're replenishing. And when they emerge, then they are energized and they're rested and they're refreshed. And the caterpillar will cocoon because it's transforming into something new and beautiful. So it's okay if you feel like you need some time to yourself, whether you feel like you just need that time or you feel like you're going through a transformation, and then you will emerge when you're ready. But either way, stay there, take care of yourself, do whatever you need to do, surround yourself with the people you feel safe with and nurtured by until you feel ready to come back out into the world in whatever form that feels good to you. Because again, it's all about feeling good. And if it feels good to you to just stay in your own little world for a little while, that's okay. If you choose to stay there forever, that's not so okay, because that's agoraphobia, and that's a little out of balance. But you know what I'm saying. So maybe some of you who live in the colder areas, you might experience this sometimes when it's snowy and freezing and it's actually difficult to get around physically outside of your home. You probably kind of feel like, oh, I just don't even want to deal with it. And if it's just emotional, that's okay too. I just really want you to give yourself permission to take that time for yourself if you need it. If you need to hibernate, if you need to cocoon, and just know that you will reemerge when you're ready, better than before. And I've been there many times, so I support you in that. I support myself in that. I've been feeling a little cocooning lately too, but like I said, we'll talk more about that in the coming weeks and ways that we can do that. And it's gonna be kind of fun. I'm gonna share some new things with you. So that's my message for you today, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you're cocooning and staying inside and just watching videos, awesome. I'm glad you watched mine. Thank you for being here. I always appreciate you watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Forward to your family and friends if you feel so inspired. And if you would like these videos delivered straight to your inbox every Friday, jump over to my website, tannamarshall.com, and join the mailing list and get a free gift. And with that, I just want to wish you a great weekend. If you choose to cocoon, enjoy it. Take care of yourself. If you're going out and having fun, go for it. Whatever it is, enjoy yourself. Make sure you're feeling good. If you're staying in, if you're going out, that's your priority. And just feel good all weekend, all week. And I'll see you next time.